Welcome back to CleanCut Books. Today, we explore one of the most influential finance books ever written, The Psychology of Money. Not a book about numbers, but about behavior, emotion, risk, luck, and the invisible rules that shape our financial decisions. This is the complete summary of all 20 chapters, designed to help you rethink how you save, invest, spend, judge risk, and how you build long-term wealth. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe for weekly summaries that sharpen your mind and elevate your life. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. No one's crazy. Why people think differently about money. People behave differently with money because we all live different lives. You understand money based on your experiences, your childhood, your economy, your parents, what you lived through. The book gives powerful examples. Someone who lived through the Great Depression is shaped by fear. Someone who grew up during years of booming markets thinks money is abundant. Your personal experience might be only a tiny fraction of what happened in the world, but it shapes 80% of how you think about money. So before judging someone's decisions, remember, money is emotional, not logical, and everyone has a reason behind their choices, even when those choices look crazy. Chapter 2. Luck and Risk. Success isn't only skill. Failure is never only stupidity. Success is never 100% skill. Failure is never 100% mistake. Luck and risk play a massive role. Bill Gates became Bill Gates partly because he attended one of the only high schools in the world with a computer. His classmate, just as brilliant, didn't get the same luck, and he died young. 2 lives, 2 outcomes, largely luck and tragedy. The lesson? Be careful with arrogance and careful with judgment. People experiencing different luck will never have identical outcomes. Chapter 3. Never enough. The danger of constantly wanting more. There will always be someone richer than you, more successful, more famous. The moment more becomes your target, you'll never feel satisfied. Many people who had everything lost it because they couldn't stop. Wealth is not about reaching a number. Wealth is about knowing when enough is enough. Chapter 4. Compounding is a superpower. Compounding looks small at first, and then unbelievably huge. Warren Buffett made $84 billion after age 65, not because he's a genius investor, but because he's been investing since he was a child. Small gains, repeated over decades, create unimaginable results. The takeaway? Start early, be patient, stay consistent. Chapter 5. Getting rich versus staying rich. Getting rich requires risk, optimism, courage. Staying rich requires the opposite: humility, paranoia, caution. Many people get rich once. Few stay rich. Why? Because the game changes. Avoiding ruin is more important than chasing perfection. The goal isn't to get rich fast. The goal is to stay rich for life. Chapter 6. Tails, you win. Most successes in life are driven by a few rare events. A few investments drive the entire portfolio. A few decisions change your life. These rare events, or tail events, create most of the results. You don't need to be right all the time. You just need to be right once in a big way. Chapter 7. Freedom. The highest form of wealth money can buy. Freedom is the ultimate dividend money can buy. Not cars, not houses, not watches. The ability to wake up and decide how you spend your day. That's the real definition of wealth. Chapter 8. The man in the car paradox. People don't buy expensive cars to impress others. They buy them imagining others will admire them. But the truth is, nobody thinks about the driver. We think about ourselves inside that car. The lesson? Don't buy status, buy freedom. Chapter 9. Wealth is what you don't see. Rich people show off. Wealthy people don't. Wealth is hidden. Investments, savings, assets, self-control. The car you didn't buy, the watch you didn't buy, that's wealth. Chapter 10. Save money. You don't need a high income to save. You need discipline. Saving is the gap between your ego and your income. The lower your ego, the more you can save. Wealth is built from not spending, not from earning more. Chapter 11. Reasonable over rational. Humans are emotional. Expecting yourself to behave like a cold mathematician is unrealistic. It's better to be reasonable consistently than rational occasionally. A financial plan you stick to is always better than a perfect plan you abandon. Chapter 12. Surprise! The world is always changing. The biggest financial risks are the things you don't see coming. History is surprising not because it's unpredictable, but because people underestimate how often big surprises happen. Plan with humility. Expect the unexpected. Chapter 13. Room for error. Build a margin of safety into your financial life. Save more. Borrow less. Leave space between your expectations and reality. If things go wrong, and they will, you survive. Survival is the first rule of wealth. Chapter 14. You'll change. Your goals will change. Your dreams will change. Your life will change. So don't lock yourself into financial decisions based on who you were 10 years ago. Leave space to evolve. Chapter 15. Nothing's free. Everything has a price. The stock market? Volatility is the price. Success? Stress is the price. Wealth? Discipline is the price. Even when something looks free, you're paying for it in another way. Chapter 16. You and me. Not everyone is playing the same game. A day trader and a long-term investor will never agree. A retiree and a 20-year-old will never have the same risk tolerance. Understanding the game you are playing stops you from copying others blindly. Chapter 17. The seduction of pessimism. Pessimism sounds smart. Optimism sounds naive. People love bad news. It feels intelligent. But progress is almost always driven by optimism. The world gets better slowly and painfully, but it does get better. Chapter 18. When you'll believe anything. When outcomes are confusing, people build stories to explain them. Money is emotional, so the stories become emotional. Be careful what you believe. Your brain wants certainty, even when certainty doesn't exist. Chapter 19. All together. This chapter brings all lessons together. Save, be patient, respect luck, plan for the unexpected, invest for the long term, focus on behavior, not intelligence. Wealth is a soft skill, a combination of humility, discipline, calm thinking, and emotional control. Chapter 20. Confessions. The author ends with personal lessons. He prefers simple investing, wide margins of safety, and realistic expectations. His biggest insight? You don't need to be brilliant. You just need to avoid mistakes and stay in the game long enough for compounding to work. And that's The Psychology of Money, a book that reminds us money is not math. Money is behavior. If you learned something today, subscribe to CleanCut Books. We post weekly summaries that help you grow your wealth, mindset, and life. Thank you for watching. Stay smart, stay patient, and keep improving.